Okay, in this one, we're going to charge the water source pump. Now, you can see I have my scale here. Got about 1/4 of an ounce in the hose. And we're zeroed out in the machine. I'm going to start this thing up in cooling. Remember, this thing is a water source heat pump. And it says 2.4 pounds. Good old Carrier loves to do it in points. We will call that 2 pounds 7 ounces. I'm going to put it in all gas because there's not a lot of refrigerant. If there's quite a bit, I'd put liquid in first. But I think we can zip this one in gas. Okay, off we go. Okay, you'll notice the pump is not started, just the fan started, because there's no refrigerant in it, and the low pressure switch has got to shut off. So we're going to put gas in low side. There, off she goes. And we're going to be watching that scale to be sure we don't overcharge this thing, because only 2.4 or 2 pounds 7 ounces, that's not a whole lot of refrigerant. So it's probably going to come fairly fast. Okay, remember here, the suction pressure is not going to make any sense because I've got the valve open and it's reading somewhere between the valve or the cylinder pressure and the suction. We're about 10.5. Okay, taking a look at this, I got 2 pounds 7 in the machine. Subcool's massive. That's not really unusual. Subcool can't be trusted in these machines. Don't ask me why, they just don't seem to. But my superheat's a bit high. Head pressure is about what I'm going to get on these things. And my suction pressure is a little bit low. I'm going to adjust this charge just a tweak, maybe 2 ounces. Okay, I tweaked it up a little less than 2 ounces, 1/4 of an ounce less. Superheat's down to 9.9. Head pressure went up a little bit, suction pressure went up just a skosh. This is probably about what I'm going to expect. I've got 16.9 on my temperature split across the coil. I have 71.6 on return air temperature, so that's 64.7 to 65 is pretty freaking close for these ambients. The head pressure, like I said, that's about what I expect. So I want 2 ounces over. This one does have a replacement compressor in it. It doesn't have aftermarket dryers in it, but the new compressor may take just a skosh more charge. Anyway, that's charging it. Charge it by weight and then tweak. Now, this is in cooling. I'm going to switch it to heat, and we'll see if we get things, if things go crazy on us. Okay, looks like it's pretty well settled down. We added 2 ounces and that was it. Superheat's okay. Suction pressure's a bit low. But I've only got a 71 or 72 degree return, so that's not too far off. There's no subcool on this thing because in the heating mode there is no subcool in the system. Okay, in the heating mode we're running 61.6. That's a little bit low. Seems to love to do that. 10 degrees superheat. Head pressure is getting pretty high, but we're running about 72. Let's see. Actually, we're running about 75 on my return air. I'll see what our split is. Okay, with a 72 split, or a 72 return air, we're running about 24, which is about right for this thing. You know, the ambient temperature is just a skosh high. Usually you would have a heating temperature in the lower 70s or maybe high 60s. So your head pressure would be a little bit lower. As I said with this unit earlier, this water coil, it may have some line buildup or something like that in it, who knows. Anyway, pretty close on the charge, you know, just a little tweak, and I'm happy with it, at least as happy as I'm going to get. Anyway, that's charging the water source heat pump.